So I've been debating whether I should make a video about what happened to me yesterday. I did make a video about it, but I was debating whether I should put it up or not. But I feel it's important to tell you what happened to me, so it will follow after I just want to explain to you what happened, and then I'll have some concluding remarks at the end. But what wound up happening was yesterday I needed to go to the Pine Barrens, and Suffolk County Transit screwed me up. So what wound up happening was the 6A bus never showed up at Ronkonkoma. So I took the 8:51 eastbound train at Mineola to Ronkonkoma. And I've done that for many, many, many times I've gone to the Pine Barrens. It's either usually that or the one before it. And from there, I usually get the 6A at 9:45, and that takes me to the S58, where I can transfer to the S58 eastbound toward the Pine Barrens at Selden or at Quorum. Usually Selden, because Quorum is dangerous now. So what wound up happening was the 6A bus never came. And as you'll see in this video, it happened to break down, and they never filled the run. So you can understand how furious I was. So you're going to see this is what you're going to see here is what happened there, and being stranded and having to rely once again. It's embarrassing to have to call your family to give you a ride, but this is what's going on now. The independence for people with disabilities and people who can't afford cars are getting taken away. So without further ado, here's some video. You're not really going to see much, basically me ranting, but here's how I felt. Well, stranded again. I have to call my relative because the 6A never showed up. The 6A bus, which I take to, this is the 9:45, so I take this to this 9:45 trip right here. Never showed up, and then the next trip isn't until 11:05. I called the company, and they said it broke down, and they're not going to get another bus. They're not going to fill the run, and even if it was going to come, it's not going to catch the 58. I missed the 58 in Quorum at 10:45. The next one isn't until 12:45. So I got to call my relative and ask him to drive me over now to Ridge because of this crap going on. Once again, I guess I should have gone to New Jersey today. This wouldn't have happened, obviously, but this is what you get here. And of course, no one here is going to help me out. So that's what's going on here in Ronkonkoma. So it's just lovely. You know, this company, Suffolk Bus Corp, they should have filled the run. I mean, it broke. They said it broke down in Ronkonkoma. The Pond Road Yard is right down the road, like 5 minutes. They can't get another bus here? They don't fill the run? They leave us stranded? I mean, what kind of crap is this? They just leave us stranded. They don't care. They don't care that they left us stranded. So there you go. Stranded in Ronkonkoma. I'll have to wait for my relative to come. I mean, I woke him up, unfortunately. This is the reality of public transportation on Long Island. It just keeps getting, you know, it's like, I got to leave earlier, all right? This is no longer an acceptable time to leave now. I got to leave in the morning and get on that 6:30 train and allow enough time. So if there's a problem, I'm not screwed. So that's what's going on here in Ronkonkoma. I mean, that's pretty much what it is right now. Stranded again by Suffolk Transit, and they don't even fill the run, which is disgusting. I mean, Pond Road is here. You don't have another bus? They don't even have a spare bus to fill the run? You know? It's ridiculous. It's all because these thieving taxis here can rip people off. That's what it is. You know how much money they would want to probably go to Quorum? Or probably $15. I should have given them $15 because the bus didn't show up. It's ridiculous. So stranded again. This happened, I believe this happened the last time I was here. No, it wasn't the last time, it was the time before. I was stranded because the 59, no, it's because the train got delayed and I missed the 59. But this is more unacceptable because the bus just never showed up. The other the two fellows that were waiting here, they got ripped off. You know what I mean? I'm not going to get ripped off. This is ridiculous. So this is what's going on right now here in Ronkonkoma, and it really sucks. That's all I could say. I'm just fed up with this crap. I'm really fed up with this crap. This is not acceptable. This is not acceptable. But this is what you get out here, you know? This is why we need more reliable transportation. This is why we need the MTA to take things over. This is why we need to have better bus service, you know? We need to improve the public transportation on Long Island. You know, everybody talks about the environment and how much they care about the environment on TV, all the public officials. But if you really cared about the environment, you'd get people on public transportation by providing reliable public transportation. Stuff like this is exactly why people drive. They don't want to depend on this stuff. This doesn't show there, because otherwise it's a 2 hour, because they have a 1 hour. It's one thing if I was only an hour late, all right, I'd just get on the next 58 an hour later, but no, because the 58, they have a 2 hour gap in the middle of the day. So I would get there 2 hours later, which is ridiculous. I mean, it's just utter lunacy. Utter lunacy. The 6A, I mean, this is an important route, you know, and the fact that they've got a yard just down the road from here, Pond Road, which is just down the road from here, is ridiculous. And they can't fill the run. They can't get. They should have had another bus here in like 15 minutes. Come on. No, this is all done on purpose, so people are left stranded and get ripped off by the taxis, Ubers, Lyfts, because they're getting kickbacks from the government. Gets kickbacks from these taxi bastards. Get kickbacks from them. Ubers, Lyfts, they're all getting kickbacks. So this happens to people. 2 other people got ripped off. That's probably $40 for the taxi companies right there. All right. So that's what it is here. You know, they don't even fill the run. And then the driver doesn't tell me it broke down. He's got to be aware it broke down. I asked him where it was. He's like, oh, it's coming. Don't lie to me, man. I almost went to New Jersey today. I should have gone to New Jersey. This wouldn't have happened. But I didn't feel like going through Bill de Blasio's New York because it's very dangerous there. And I just wanted to go out east again. I don't want to go to New Jersey. We have our own Pine Barrens here. What do I have to go to New Jersey for? Just because the freaking public transportation out here can't get their act together properly. You know, ridiculous. Yeah, missing run. They don't even fill the run. They don't even fill the run. Just like Crazy Bus. It's the kind of crap goes on. But you know what? It's all because of this piece of shit governor that we have. Always had, the transportation was fine until he came along. It was not perfect, but it was better than this. It just keeps getting worse and worse and worse because the governor's in on all of this stuff. How the hell is this man still governor? He freaking molests women and he's still governor. How is that? How is he still governor? You're leaving people stranded because your buddy Ed Mangano and all the taxi rip-off freaking baloney and everybody. Baloney. Sick of this crap, man. My relative's not happy he's got to come and drive me out there. This is what it is. You know how much a taxi would cost? You know, but that's what they want. They want you to get ripped off. What about people who can't afford to get ripped off? Mr. Governor, Mr. Balone, Mr. County Legislature? How is this acceptable? You talk about saving the environment. You say, in the name of saving the environment, you stop stores from giving us plastic bags, but you can't get reliable public transportation so people can take transportation instead of driving around in cars and creating more greenhouse gas. You're all full of it. You're all full of it. Give me a freaking break. Sorry, but I'm going to rant because it feels good to rant. If you don't like it, it's too bad. I'm tired of getting screwed by public transportation. You know, it used to be reliable. I used to be able to count on public transportation to show up. When there were breakdowns, they used to fill the runs. But now they don't fill the runs. Because the governor, because of Balone, because of our government officials, corrupt. They're corrupt. All of them. They're all looking out for the rich. They're all looking out for Wall Street. They're trying to get people like us out of Long Island. This is how they do it. Here comes another taxi. See, they're doing a brisk business. Doing a brisk business here. Another one. Another one. Ripped another one off. There's 2 other cars there. Those 2 other people got ripped off that were with me. They got ripped off. This is the crap that we deal with here on Long Island. This is how they're trying to get rid of us. You don't even fill the run. They said, oh, the 6A broke down in Ronkonkoma. Fine, you get into the bus in 10 to 15 minutes. It's not a big deal. But no, they don't get into the bus. They say, oh, sorry, the next one is at 11:05. What kind of is this? I'm sick of people talking about how they care about the environment. Well, I see trash all over the place. Well, I see public transportation destroyed. More people driving than ever. How do you care about the environment when that happens? You don't care about the environment. All you care about is Wall Street. Wall Street. That's where they want us. Jersey. And it hurts. That's where they want us. They want to put us in New Jersey. Price us out. Just because. How am I ever going to survive there? But I can't take this anymore either. Something's got to give with this corruption. So, you can understand why I was pretty upset. And I was almost in tears, to be honest with you, because, you know, it's just part of all this plan that they're, you know, doing. Part of the plan is, you know, I mean, they could have easily filled that run. And they used to fill runs in Suffolk County. But now it seems like this is now spread to Suffolk County. It first started in Nassau with the runs going. Now it's, as you know, it's happening in the city. Now it's happening in Suffolk County. And it's one thing in the city where the buses run frequent. If a bus is missing, all right, it's not as bad as out here where, you know, buses could run every half an hour, every hour, or even longer than that, like the 6A. So we're going to look at some schedules here right now. Because I want you to give you a better idea of what was going on. So I'll show you the run that was missing. It was this run right here, the 9:45 out of Ronkonkoma. That bus never showed up. Never showed up. And they never filled the run. The next one left at 11:05. All right. The problem with that, as you see in the video or as you're trying to explain, is that if I did have to, let's say, all right, I'll wait for the 11:05. It gets to Selden 11:20, but the problem is this, that the 58 doesn't, there's a gap in the eastbound S58 service. So if you're taking the 58 going east, all right, if you're taking the 58 going east, if you miss the 10:25, which I did, the next one out of Selden isn't until 12:25, which means I don't get to the Pine Barrens until after 1 o'clock, which is just too late, all right? And the lack of communication also on the part of there was a 59 that came. We'll show you the 59 schedule. No, that's the 58 schedule again. Show you the 59 schedule here. There was a 59 that came. There's always a 59 that comes, but the thing with the 59 is, all right, this is supposed to leave here at 9:50, all right? I came in around 9:50, and I asked the driver, because the 6A was already late, I asked him, is the 6A coming or did it break down? And he's like, it's coming, it's coming. But it never came. Now, I could have taken his bus. It would have been tight, as you see here, because it gets to the Smith Haven Mall at 10:10. And then the 58, it would have been a tight connection, but at least I would have had a shot at making it. At Smith Haven Mall, it leaves eastbound at 10:05. So it's a really tight connection where literally you have a couple of minutes to get off. And I would have had to get off the bus actually before the mall. I would have had to actually get off the bus over here, right here at Hawkins Avenue, Middle Country Road, and then run across Route 25 and hopefully make the eastbound 58. And I've had to do that a couple of times. It's not pleasant. Whereas when I take the 6A, I can have the time to catch it and not have to rush. Usually transfer at Selden at the college usually. So I usually transfer over right over here. I usually transfer either at the college. Though now a lot of the buses aren't even stopping in the college because there's no classes at the college still. So I'll usually wind up doing is I'll transfer over here at Mooney Pond and College between the 58 and the 6A. Not at Quorum, because Quorum is very dangerous. There's homeless people, there's gangs hanging out there. It's too dangerous to transfer over there. I try to avoid it if at all possible. There's no security, no police patrols, of course, because it's the middle of the island and who cares, right? But what really got me was that they should have been able to fill the run. And I'm going to explain to you why they should have been able to fill the run. Here's Ronkonkoma Rail, all right? Suffolk Bus Corp, which is the company that runs the 6A, has a yard right around here. Actually, they have a yard off Pond Road. Pond Road is right here, Suffolk Transportation. So really, they have a yard. This is their transit yard right here. So this is their they have a school bus yard here, and then the transit bus yard is over here. So this is their transit bus yard right here. Suffolk Transportation right here. So again, we look at the mileage. Literally, it's right by the, let's pull it out a little bit more. We're literally right by the Ronkonkoma station there, like a mile, all right? So less than 5 minute trip for them to send another bus. This is the depot right here. See, look at all the buses they have here. You'll see here all the buses. Here you go. There they all are. And there's the mini buses, which they happen to use on the 6A, by the way. These are the mini buses that they use on the 6A, which, again, the mini bus is probably a mini bus that broke down. Because getting these mini buses was a huge mistake. They're not lasting. They're horrible. It was a terrible idea. But whose idea it was? And it was Steve Ballone's idea. It's all part of the, to destroy public transportation by getting these crappy mini buses and putting them on line routes, which is ridiculous. Meanwhile, I got rid of the Gilligs. Here's some Gilligs right here. I don't think these Gilligs are still here anymore. That's what killed off the Gilligs, these stupid things. Better off running the Gilligs, man. Why did they get rid of the Phantoms? They should never have gotten rid of the Phantoms. That was all because of Steve Ballone. All right? It's all because of Suffolk County Executive Steve Ballone. All right? And now he's thinking of running for governor. God help us. If he becomes the next governor, we're screwed. This state's never going to get better. He's just like Cuomo. He's another Wall Street Democrat who's going to be looking out for a certain demographic only. So they could have gotten another bus, but they didn't because they want people to be ripped off by taxis, Ubers, and Lyfts. And that's exactly what I think there were about 2 or 3 other people waiting for me with that bus, and they just walked over to the taxi stand here at Ronkonkoma and got ripped off. They got ripped off, as you saw. I pointed it out in the video. So this is what's going on. And, it's all because of what's happening in New York, But I could put Ballone and Cuomo. Let's put Ballone and Cuomo. Maybe there's probably a picture of them together, probably. There they are. Oh, look at that. Perfect picture. Look at that picture right there. I'm going to put that up there, and we'll get our fan view up, and we'll put that up on the screen here for you, because this is exactly what I mean. That might actually be my thumbnail. So there you go. Look at them. Look at these Wall Street jerks smiling as they ruin our lives. Just look at them. Just look at them. It's because of people like this. It's because of people like... Look at these Wall Street jerks. Look at them. Just look at them. I mean, they're ruining the state. They don't care that they're ruining the state. This is all part of the plan, and that's why I'm so upset. I was crying when it happened, because I'm like, look, this is why I'm going to have to live in New Jersey if this crap keeps up, if I can't get around. If I can't get around, how am I going to survive here? They're taking away my way of around. All right? And it's like, oh, but the cuts didn't happen, but there are runs going missing. People are getting stranded. And that wasn't the only problem on Suffolk Transit that day. The 340 trip out of Riverhead, because I was going to take that, it was 30 minutes late. I wound up having to take I wound up actually going toward Riverhead instead of going from Riverhead after I did my hike, because that bus was so late. I don't know why it was 30 minutes late. Probably broke down again. This is what these two people want. You to get ripped off by taxis, Ubers, and Lyfts. And if you can't afford it, well, too bad. If you want to live somewhere where they care about public transportation, you'll have to live in New Jersey. That's right. Thanks to these people. No. I say no. I say no, I don't want to live in New Jersey. I want to stay here on Long Island. It's you two that need to go. Ballone, Cuomo, Mangano, and all your piece of garbage Wall Street friends. We're not going to stand for this anymore. All right? People need to get up, wake up out of your stupor, and start fighting, because we are losing our island to this Wall Street corruption. We can't afford to be innocent. We must stand up and face the enemy. It's a do-or-die situation. We've got to defeat Wall Street. We've got to slay the bull. We've got to make sure everybody on Long Island counts. Take it easy, and thanks for watching.